Good day to you all, AsaQr is here with you, and today in Mobile Hero Wars I'll tell you about Yasmine, particularly with her new super skin at max power. It's time to understand what she is capable of, who to use her with and which heroes to be wary of. Watch this video to the end to enter the prize drawing and get more resources. Subscribe to my channel, you'll find a lot of unique information here that you didn't already know about. We will omit the moment with skills unlike previous videos on heroes, as most people already know how she works. Let me just say that all of her power is centered around her ultimate, as that is Yasmine's only active ability. She quickly builds up energy on her due to having the fastest base attack speed of any hero, and because of this, she goes for ultimate in almost every fight. Yasmine is a full-fledged damage dealer who can deal tons of damage not only to weak mages, but also to defensive physic heroes and even tanks due to her fast attacks, ultimate, and layered poison. Who is she good in synergy with? The first thing to note here is Sebastian, because for her every critical hit, he adds net damage to her damage, which ramps up Yasmine's attack potential to cosmic levels. If the victim of her ultimate is not protected in any way, Snake is very likely to slaughter any hero in one dance, even with a full health bar. Also, Yasmine is great with Tristan due to the fact that she has no armor penetration in her stats at all, and for her to somehow bite characters with more than just poison and pure damage from Sebastian, Tristan helps more than anyone else here due to his quick energy gain on his ultimate, which is used to give out coveted penetration effect. Yasmine is somewhat similar to him. They both have quick energy but in different ways, and pace in our game is our everything right now. Fafnir is also great with Snake. His shields and physical attack buffs are useful for all physical damage dealers, and Yasmine is no exception. She only has 170,000 health, and his shield very often saves her from a lot of instant damage, and an extra 30,000 damage is something no damage dealer would turn down. The next hero who recently appeared in our game and has already shown herself wonderfully with Yasmine is Octavia. The most important advantage of the new hero paired with Snake is playing on dodges, because after her ultimate, Yasmine temporarily increases her critical hit chance and dodge. Plus, Octavia has an effect that increases dodge rate of the frontmost ally, so this Snake combo will be interesting when Yasmine is in the first position. On defense, such a synergy is woefully underwhelming, but they can surprise on offense as well. There is one more hero that fits perfectly with Yasmine, but we'll talk about him after we sort out the counter heroes that tangibly hinder Snake. We'll go in increments and start with Anvari. We know that Yasmine uses her ultimate to attack the opponent with the lowest armor, moving to his back and dealing 7 hits. So Anvari, at the expense of his 4th skill, puts a protective barrier on the ally with the lowest armor, absorbing physical and net damage and giving bonus energy for all absorbed damage. The hero can dodge an enemy's attack while a protective barrier is in effect, and no crit hits passes through this barrier. And of course that Anvari shield slows down Yasmine's offensive potential. For a similar reason, her counter hero is Aiden. He has a passive 4th skill that allows him to create a powerful shield around each ally for 4 seconds, absorbing physical and magical damage if their health drops below 30%. Because of this, even if Yasmine ults and leaves the victim with very little health, she will have to take an additional shield penetration afterwards, which gets stronger and stronger as the battle progresses. The solution against these shield wielders would be an extra damage dealer like Ishmael, and Dark Star or Penetrator like Tristan to back up if Yasmine doesn't do proper damage. Astrid is another character who can prevent Snake from carrying out her devious plans. The thing is, when she releases Lucas, Yasmine's highest priority attack from her ultimate is given to that cat, so she wastes precious time instead of killing some other target with weaker defenses. The solution against Astrid and her cat Lucas can be any hero that increases crit chance, such as Sebastian, because Yasmine's critical hits poison the opponent, thus Lucas's Fury very quickly drops to 0. Snake also suffers quite a bit from Iris. Yasmine has extremely low health and suffers not only from this witch's ultimate, but also from the occasional damage from fire. And Snake attacking her with ultimate is likely impossible since she has enough armor to allow her opponent to adjust the team properly without setting up Iris. There are several solutions here. The simple one is to put Isaac with Yasmine to cover her with a shield and have some of the damage go into him. And another, more effective and interesting solution is to put Octavia with Yasmine to start dodging Iris' occasional magic damage. Octavia herself then gets extra energy from these actions and will often ultimates, killing Iris almost immediately. Oh, and in general, Octavia's base with Dante and Yasmine can now be used to put together incredibly complex defense teams. Seriously, I haven't remembered such awesome defense teams in a long time since the introduction of Fafnir, and the nastiest hero against Yasmine is Corvus. He is dangerous to her with his altar, which attacks Snake every time she deals damage to allied heroes. And assuming her damage is extremely high due to poison and her high physical attack, plus she has low health, those two factors are enough to get Yasmine killed by the altar. But the altar is not always a judgment for her. For example, when there is one more hero suffering from it in the team with Snake, the damage is divided and everyone stays alive, though wounded. The most reliable solution against altar is Alvener. This is exactly one more character that fits perfectly with Yasmine that I mentioned at the very beginning of this video. Here it should be remembered that Yasmine as well as this horse are elves, which means that Snake will be healed more actively due to Rune of Life, which has a good cooldown equal to half the time of the ability. So if there is a slot for Alvener along with Yasmine versus Corvus, I always use him. Astaroth is also worth mentioning, but they always put Morrigan together with Corvus, so it's in this scenario that his resurrection is useless. But otherwise he does save Yasmine sometimes by giving her a second chance to destroy everyone. Also, purely technically, the counter hero against Yasmine is Helios due to the counter damage on critical hits, but it's very outdated and rarely ever makes a decisive contribution. All in all, this list of Yasmine's foes doesn't end with Helios, but it's worth saying that thanks to her, you can punch just about anything now. This was possible after she had a super skin for her physical attack, which was already at a high level, and now it affected not only her damage, but also her dodges after her ultimate, which combines perfectly with the same Octavia's abilities. Yasmine has always been a very strong damage dealer who was always a force to be reckoned with, and after the introduction of this skin, she will continue to nightmare weak in health and armor heroes and many other vulnerable characters, so she highly recommended to level, especially if you're using a team with Fafnir or engineers. Meanwhile, for the 5 of you, I'll help you get more resources. Participate in the giveaway right now, the point of which is to simply leave a comment below this video with your in-game account ID. The main requirement for participation is also to subscribe to my channel and like this video, so subscribe. The more you are waiting for a large number of unique videos, the winner will be chosen randomly. The results will be announced in comments very soon. I will reply to the winners in the comments. Thanks for watching. See you soon.